Namaste and welcome viewers to another brand new episode of Mirror Prime. Our focus today is Pune and its crumbling infrastructure. It took the President of India herself to experience Pune's damaged roads before the civic body even bothered to wake up. A letter from the President's office, yes, you heard that right. The President's office had to shake the Pune Municipal Corporation into action because apparently potholes don't matter unless the VVIPs are affected. And what has the PMC done in response? They have started patching roads just before the Prime Minister's visit. Now, this is of course a desperate bid to save their face. Unfortunately, even this patchwork is being done during the rainstorms. That's like putting a band-aid in fact, on a sinking ship. And also, speaking of sinking now, let's not forget that the PMC's own truck recently fell into a sinkhole during a drainage work. If this isn't poetic irony, I don't know what is. For 2 years now, Pune has been without a civic body election, meaning that the citizens don't even have corporators to hold accountable. No one is there for the residents of Pune to address the daily issues. But apparently, if you're a VVIP, then your issues are sorted immediately. And if you're a common citizen, your discomfort just doesn't matter. Fixing roads for convoys is a priority in Pune, but for citizens, well, good luck navigating the craters. So the big question on Mirror Prime today is what's going wrong for Pune? What's the road ahead for the city that was once said to be something that was being seen as one of the alternatives? Joining us right now is Ashish Pareek, who's a resident of Pune, Arun Bhatia, former municipal commissioner of the Pune Municipal Corporation. Also joining us is Sajid Supariwala, leader of Shivsena UBT faction, and Vinayak Ambekar, who's a spokesperson of the BJP Maharashtra. Kushal, I'll start with you now. As a Punekar, you are the one who's actually facing these issues firsthand. Help us understand what are the issues that you have been facing recently. Do you think the infrastructure of Pune is now going downhill?
Yeah, thank you, Ashish, first of all, for having me here and raising our voice. The major issues which we are facing, the deteriorating road conditions across the city, particularly due to the potholes. Areas like Wakkad, Hinjewadi, Punawle are severely affected due to with traffic sometimes, which takes 1 to 2 hours to cover mere 1 to 2 kilometers. Even the road in front of our society, which has been under construction for over 2.5 years, still we don't know when it will end, the construction will end. So whenever high profile visit, as you mentioned about the Prime Minister's visit, uh, the quick fix will be getting applied, and which is a 1 centimeter of thin layer, right? And which doesn't address the underlying problem. The lack of proper drainage system is a key factor worsening the situation. So overall, what we feel as a Punekar, the city infrastructure is going downhill with the temporary fixes and masking the deeper issues.
All right. Also, Kushal, you're of course talking about the issues that you're facing right now as the resident. Also joining us is Arun Bhatia, the former municipal commissioner of the PMC. Mr. Arun Bhatia, you've of course been at the helm of affairs there in Pune. What are the major issues that the city is facing from your time to now that you see the situation clearly is deteriorating? Before we start talking about the politics now, as someone who's served it in the past as well, what do you think is going wrong with the city?
As far as roads are concerned, road construction is one of the most corrupt items on the agenda. You ask any contractor, it's not just in Maharashtra or in Pune, they pay 8 to 10% upfront for getting the tender approved. And then when the department executes the work, they come for regular measurements, recording them in measurement books, they siphon off 15%. 25% of the estimate is lost. It goes into the pockets of politicians, corporators, and bureaucrats. So the real problem is not drainage or bad weather, heavy traffic. These are all excuses. It's not an engineering problem. It's a corruption problem. The road is not as sturdy. The road is not as strong. It is not built according to the specifications you have on paper. Now, India doesn't have a physical audit system. So when the auditor comes, he just sees the vouchers. Yes, measurement book says so many cubic feet of work done. This is the rate. Okay. The audit, it passes audit. But you have to go to the road and do a physical audit. Dig a 1 foot hole and see the cross section. Because the stones, the metal actually is called metal, but it's stone. The stone is in two layers. One layer is larger stone and then smaller size. This is one of the most expensive, barring the bitumen, this is the most expensive item. Because now stone quarrying is expensive. It has to be transported from a long distance. This is where the contractors make the money. This is where the strength of the road falls. Even 2 inches less of that width over a number of kilometers is lakhs and lakhs of money. Now, this is what is happening. The problem is not being addressed. And we are told that, okay, it's heavy traffic, yeah, woe, heavy rains. Because it starts from corruption, it ends in corruption. As far as the potholes are concerned, they come precisely because of this reason. Now, potholes is another story, maintenance. The maintenance budget is huge. Nobody knows. There may be 500 potholes, there may be 800 potholes in Pune. How much are they? 4 inches, 8 inches? You just fill up anything you like in the measurement book and claim the money from the government. Next year, again, that pothole will open. So, and one thing more, they have this system of club tendering. For the benefit, your benefit, sir, and for the benefit of the viewers, club tendering is when those contractors get together, they sit in one room and they say, all right, ye 4 road aap karenge, you take those 3 roads, and there's a political master there. So they divide the work like this, so that the lowest tender will be of that particular man. And you will appear, on paper, it will appear competitive. It is not. It's a club. That is what is going on. The only solution is physical audit by an independent authority.
So deep-rooted corruption is, of course, the main reason for all of this, as Arun Bhatia is saying there. Also joining us is Sajid Supariwala, leader of the Shivsena UBT faction. Mr. Sajid, one of the allegations coming here, and of course this is not a political allegation, it's coming from a responsible person, someone who's been at the helm of affairs in Pune in the past as well. Corruption is said to be the main reason. Sajid Supariwala, do you agree?
Before corruption, I would like to bring to your notice one more thing. Definitely corruption is the main culprit. And the favored contractors have been... Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you? There's no voice coming. Yeah. The first point, of course, corruption is the main culprit. And everything which is going down the drains in the state government at present, there were so many issues because of corruption. There was a Chhatrapati Shivaji statue falling because of corruption, because of deteriorating and wrong materials being used, inferior material being used. Then there have been corruption in the crime rate has also increased. What has the state government done till today for this? Because of the corruption, the favored contractors have been given contracts. That is why all these things are happening. Now, one more thing which I would like to bring to your notice through your channel is that the government, the BJP-backed, the Minde government, I would call it, the state government. What has been happening? There has been the elections have been postponed time and again. There is no corporator of a local area of the ward to take the responsibility of the potholes or the roads inferior material being used, the contractors being favored. Who is there to take the responsibility? There is nobody, because of the corporators not being there. There is no responsibility. Nobody is there to take care of the responsibility. You are talking about Pune. You see the condition of the Mumbai. People are, in fact, all over Maharashtra, people are just going to, there are people, I've seen videos where the citizens themselves have filled the potholes. And there have been so many cases. There have been accidents, major accidents. And there have been fatal accidents also. It is very shameful, very disgusting. The state government should own up to this and do something about it. All the time the elections are being always being postponed. The corporate election, council elections, BMC election was supposed to happen. So 2 years it has been postponed. Then the Lok Sabha election came. Now again the Vidhan Sabha election is being postponed. Everything is to go according to their whims and fancies. They are not even worried about the citizens, not worried about the deaths happening due to the big potholes. Now some VIP coming to some area, they just fill up those potholes and that just show that, yeah, we are doing good. I mean, anybody who's coming from anywhere from the whole part of India, if some VIP guests come, they just show the video. Wow, the roads are so good. The coastal road is so good. This is such a bad state. Our state of Maharashtra in such a bad state that it is very sorry and shameful for this happening. Not only the potholes, crime happening, corruption
I want Mr.
everywhere,
Vinayak
rapists
Kambekar
going
from the
around
BJP to
just
respond to
enjoying
this. Mr.
themselves,
Vinayak
just going
Kambekar,
to
the
court,
allegations are
giving
serious here
statements.
from
It
the
is
Uddhav
such a
Sena.
shameful
The
state.
fact that you only do
It is such a
patchwork when the Prime
shameful
Minister
state.
or
They
any
should-
leader from the
they should,
centre
in
is
fact-
arriving. When a common person is falling off his vehicle due to a pothole, you don't do anything about it.
I will not go to the political allegations, but I will like to reply to the first two gentlemen who had given good complaints. So basically in Pune, what Bhatia Sahab was speaking was about 10-20 years back. Now all the tenders are online, electronically made, and there is total transparency in the tenders. He may say there is a setting and
Mr.
this thing
Mr.
and that
Bhatia,
thing.
Mr. Bhatia wants to say something.
Don't
Yeah,
Mr. Bhatia,
but let me
I don't think
speak
you
now.
are agreeing with it.
Please allow me to speak first, and then he can reply. Please allow me to speak.
Okay. Mr. Bhatia, hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Vinayak, go
So
ahead.
basically, I am talking only about Pune because that gentleman from Shivsena, he should not speak about Bombay because they were ruling the Bombay Municipal Corporation since 30 years. So forget
Why
about
not?
it.
Why
In
Mumbai is
Pune,
not under you?
in Pune,
No, they are not under
basically
you
we
right now.
have done
You have been
so many
postponing the
programs
elections.
in last.
Mr.
corruption is
Sajid,
because of
Please
your-
allow
let's
me
take
to
turns
speak,
here.
sir.
Mr. Sajid, let
Pune
Mr.
Pune
Vinayak
also the
talk.
condition
Please
is same.
allow me
Mr.
to
Vinayak was
speak.
silent when you were speaking. Mr. Vinayak was silent. Let him talk.
So basically this program is regarding Pune. That's why I'm saying I will speak only about Pune. And in Pune, since last 10 years, we have developed the city in such a way that this temporary road problem is due to rain, insistent rain. But basically we have allowed the public mobility to grow in such exponential matter that we have brought metro in Pune. And now Phase 1 is complete, Phase 2 is complete, and Phase 3 will be inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister on 26. In Bombay also the metro has been good. In Pune, the Congress started in 2006 the BRTS project, which has not been completed till date, but we have started the metro in 2018, and now see the progress. Daily 1 lakh Punekars are traveling by metro. The metro will reach to Hinjawadi, and whatever the problems of road block and everything is there, it will be eased out like anything. We have provided 6,000 electric buses. We are planning to bring 6,000. We have brought 1,600 buses in Pune, and that electronic mobility also. The basic problem of Pune is regarding commuting. So basically public transport, the affordable public transport is required, and BJP has tried its level best in last 10 years in that direction. So that is my point number one. Now regarding water supply, we are talking about a
Okay,
city.
Mr. Vinayak. Mr. Vinayak, before you go to your point number 2, point number 3, how many other points you have right now? Let me just remind you that out of the total assembly constituencies, Pune district, Mahayuti, which is the BJP, Shinde Sena and Ajit Pawar faction, you have 18 MLAs. 2 are from the opposition. Even the Lok Sabha MP from the Pune is from BJP. What have you been doing for all these years? You say you brought metro, but to reach the metro, also you need to go through road, and that road has potholes. So clearly there's a lot of issue that the people are facing, and now you're saying that what Mr. Bhatia is saying is 10 years old. I want Mr. Bhatia to respond. Mr. Bhatia, what is the suggestion that what you're saying is an age-old concept? Do you agree with that?
They have no argument. They will say बारिश बहुत हुआ है, पानी जमता है, रोड सरफेस खराब हो जाता है, ट्रैफिक बहुत heavy है. All nonsense. If the road is honestly constructed, if it is sturdy, this won't happen. And how does my friend say that this happened 20 years ago? अभी 20 साल के बाद बहुत अच्छा देश चल रहा है, कुछ भ्रष्टाचार नहीं है. मैं कहता हूं ज्यादा है. It's worse. There is more corruption. Everybody knows that. Go and ask the contractors how much money is being taken by whatever government, Shivsena, BJP, Congress. This is the pratha. This is the way it is done. How does he say 20-year-old? मैं बोल रहा हूं नहीं तो these potholes are coming today. आज हैं. अगर आप सच बोलते हैं, physical audit करो, मैं आता हूं उधर. 1 foot you dig into the road, we will measure the layers. We will do 20 experiments. And I have a bet with you. 1 crore की bet लगा लो साहब. आप जीतते हैं या मैं जीतता हूं. ये तो टीवी पे बैठ के आप बोल सकते हैं, अरे 20 साल पहले तो करप्शन था, अब देखो कितना अच्छा है. What about Pune slums? Slums देखे हैं आपने? जुना बाजार देखा है? मुर्दे को नहीं ले जा सकते from here to bend the bamboo bed this way. क्या किया?
All right, Mr. Bhatia, I can understand your frustration as someone who's been at the helm of affairs in Pune, as someone who has seen the progress of the city. To see the city in such a state now, it must definitely anger you. Sajid wants to respond. Sajid, you just heard what your friend from the BJP had to say. What do you have to respond?
The BJP spokesperson doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's talking about the metro. Mr. Bhatia just said that metro, for reaching the metro, you need to travel on the road. The condition of the whole, we can see right now also on your screen. It is such a dangerous situation. If a bike, just imagine, if a biker is going through the pothole, he will die only because there some truck would be coming and killing him. If he falls down from the pothole, he might hurt his head. Now the only thing, I think if there is a competition to count the potholes and give prizes away, I think there will be a lot of thousands of potholes. He's talking about just one area. In Pune, there are so many areas which are deteriorated. Just such inferior material has been used. Their contractor friends had been awarded the contract. And that is why all this is happening. The corruption is the main culprit. The root of the cause is the corruption, and BJP is always supporting. I don't know why they are supporting
the corruption angle and everything. I want Mr. Vinayak here to help me understand. Mr. Vinayak, you said you've done a lot of developmental works in the last 10 years. Help me understand, why do we still not have civic poles? I mean, in a city like Pune, there's not been a municipal corporation election for the past 2 years. Now, when the citizens have a problem, who do they go to? If there's a corporator, they can easily go and talk to the corporator and get the work done. Now they don't even have a corporator, so where do they go?
Who will take the responsibility?
My first point was what I said about...
That is what my question was.
What Bhatiaji said was 20 years back. I was referring to the roads that time and roads this time. Now we are building up concrete roads where this type of potholes are not seen. That is my point number one. And he was referring to
Mr. Vinayak, see on your screens right now, there are still potholes.
Sir,
which concrete roads are you talking about? There are still potholes on the...
In Pune, there are 1,400 kilometer roads. So if you are showing one road, I am also resident of Pune for 30 years. He was referring to his society. I am referring to my society. Come to go through.
Okay.
See the curve road.
I have Kushal there from Pune. Mr. Kushal,
road and show it 20 times.
Our friend from the BJP says there's only one road where there's pothole in Pune. Do you think there's only one road?
Now,
I think
I am saying to you, there are 1,400 kilometer roads, internal roads. So you show one road.
Mr. Vinayak, listen to the public.
All the roads like that.
We say Janta sab janti hai. Listen to the public ones. You are trying to make a point. Listen to one of the people who stays in Pune also. Mr. Kushal, please make a point.
I am also a public. I am property tax payer. I am income tax payer. I am residing in Pune for last 40 years. I reside in a society. I interact with the people. I do social work. So I know everything.
Mr. Vinayak, all these are different videos of different roads of Pune. I don't know how you're saying only one road in Pune has potholes. Mr. Kushal, please respond. You're a Punekar, you're a common citizen, you're not affiliated with a political party. Please respond.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying only one road.
Go ahead, Mr. Kushal, go ahead.
Yeah, so they need to travel to the Hinjawadi service road, Hinjawadi to Hinjawadi Mumbai service road. Again, there are potholes in Punawale as well. There's no proper roads. And if a person has to travel from Punawale to Wakad, he has to spend around 1 or 2 hours because there is a very bad road conditions. I think, again, that is, if you see the Datta Mandir road, they were talking about the cement concrete of the roads, right? So if you see that, it's around 2.5 years. The same road is under construction. So still it is not completed. So let me know when it is going to complete, because we don't have someone to go ahead and ask who is taking this accountability of this particular road. So we don't know whom to reach out. So why the civic body is not there when the election will be happen? Because we wanted someone who can listen to our problems, right? Yeah.
All civic officers...
Mr. Vinayak, please respond to it. Why do we not have a civic body election?
Yes, all
who do they reach out? There are no corporators in Pune.
Yes, sir. Basically, all the civic officers are you can go and contact them and give your grievances and ask them to complete the work. We also do the same thing. Corporator doesn't do anything on himself, so he has to go to the civic officers only. So basically, you can also approach the civic officers. You are a citizen of India, a taxpayer, very well. You can go to them and you can ask them. Basically, about the election, I would like to say the opposition in Maharashtra has filed one caveat, one case in High Court, and basically that was regarding OBC reservation in the civic polls. So the elections are not deferred by the ruling government; they are deferred by the court processes. So
Oh wow!
we cannot
So now you're
answer
blaming
when
the
the court
opposition.
process will complete.
Okay, Mr.
When
Sajid, please make your point. You seem to have something to say about the elections that are pending as well.
Just a short one, sir. You see, we need not. I agree, election should take place and all that. There's no issue about that. But we don't have to link this up with civil work or road work or maintenance. This is an old problem. Har saal potholes aate hain. Every year we fill them. The road condition is becoming worse. So it's whether councillors are there or they are not there. So this has nothing to do with elections. And as my friend over there said, if citizens are aggrieved, they should go to the city engineer. But the situation will not change. जब तक आप corruption पर हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे, and we want Modi to do this. I individually also expect Modi. He's a powerful politician. And I believe he is individually honest. He must now look at governance. He must stop this corruption in this country. तभी ये रोड सुधरेंगे. Corporators हैं या नहीं हैं, it makes no difference. उस टाइम भी potholes थे. उस टाइम
Okay,
भी
before we wrap this discussion up, I've only got 30 seconds on the broadcast. Mr. Sajid, please make your point.
My only point is that the civic elections has been delayed, and Pune is a part of very much of Maharashtra. When the BJP spokesperson is talking about that, I'm talking about Maharashtra, I'm talking about Pune, I'm talking about all the cities in the Maharashtra state. So there is no point in arguing that we are talking about other cities and not. Pune condition we've already seen, and on your screen also it is shown that Kushalji also said the same thing. You should take a survey and you should see what is happening. All your corrupt contractors have been given so many contracts, and your corruption is the main cause. Why doesn't the state government own up to the mistake, and why doesn't it change itself? Why, when Mr. Modi is always talking about, Honorable PM is also talking about non-corruption since, and he's been asking votes on that. Now what has happened?
All right, Mr.
Now,
Sajid Supariwala,
people are being corrupted
I'm sorry,
and doing this state in the
I'm
state.
just being told to wrap this discussion up. We are running short of time right now, but Mr. Kushal Parekh, Arun Bhatia, Sajid Supariwala, Vinayak, Ambekar, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. We'll of course keep talking about the situation in Pune, not just Pune, across all the cities in the country. We'll be demanding accountability and also action from those in power. On that note, viewers, it's a wrap on this edition of Mirror Prime. Lots more lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.